Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 90 of Lesbian Talk.
That only works if you have like an entire barbershop quartet with you. You've just got me.
Me.
We're moving this closer to us.
Why?
Because then the mic picks up better.
What if we loud?
Then people can put their volumes down.
Oh dear.
My voice is very tired, so that's what you get.
I'm drinking China Cola this episode of Lesbian Talk.
Pray tell, where did you get this China Cola?
From Dodger of Zion.
What?
It is imported Chinese herbs and spices from no preservatives and caffeine free, which I assume is a company.
It was made in New Jersey, wasn't it?
Probably.
She said it was made in New Jersey.
It's made somewhere. Thank you, Dodger.
Do. So it's our convention spectacular, because where did we go last week?
We were in ConBravo, and
What?
like fucking idiots, we decided to fly twice across the Atlantic in 5 days.
That does not go down as one of our better plans. I'll be quite honest.
Yeah, we flew out. We had to get up on Thursday morning and 4 in the morning to
we got 3 because the bus was at 4:15.
Yes, so we got up
to
at
get
3.
the bus to Belfast.
No, to Dublin.
Dublin.
Which is 4 hours
It is
away.
4 hours.
So we arrived at 8 in the morning.
It's mostly back roads in that last hour when you hit the A5 because, like, I don't get motion sick, I don't get car sick or whatever, but I always feel like absolute shit the entire ride. Maybe it's because it's the early morning and you're in a, rattly, bumpy bus on, like, back roads of Ireland through, like, every single fucking village possible, but...
Well, I told you, my strategy for dealing with it is always get the back seats and sort of lie down across the seats. And did it work?
Well, yeah, eventually when I lied down, it was better.
You see?
Well, once we hit the highway, I was fine.
Yeah, so we get there at 8, then we have to hang around till 12 for our flight, our 7-hour flight to Toronto. So by the time we get there...
That wasn't bad because we went to McDonald's and I got some coffee, so...
Yeah. Although, she slept for about 5 hours. I was sitting up...
No, I slept for about 4 hours, thank you.
Okay. I was sitting up editing a Slow Torture Puke Chamber because I knew I had to get it finished as soon as I could after I got back. And so I got no sleep that night at all. So by the time I went to bed about 10 Eastern Standard Time, which was about 3 in the morning our time, the next day, I'd been out for about 46 hours. But that's usual for me whenever I'm visiting America.
Yeah, I'm the best, and I stay up late and everything. But yeah, so no, it was lots of fun. We met a lot of cool new people that we didn't know from before.
Like who? Who did we meet that was new? I met a couple of fans, and the wonderful Hagen cosplayer.
Oh, that girl in the My Little Pony hoodie, who followed us around that last day. She was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the fans and stuff.
We met that guy Luke, who's the guest coordinator at ConBravo.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Cool. A friend of me on Facebook. We never met Farad in person before.
I had.
Oh, I hadn't.
I hung around with him at a party in MagFest, the last MagFest we went to. We discussed the Katsu movies, and we were like, hello, we've got Sherry, and we're being all like, hello, I love the Katsu films. Oh, me too. I'm in the cinema.
Where was I? I thought we were drinking on the other side of the party.
I think you were around, but I think you...
Was that the time we were that Paul took all those pictures of Rap Critic dancing and they were all tagged in on Facebook? Because I think that I was sitting on the bed talking with Lewis and Vika.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story is I had only seen Power Katsu and Kindness Katsu at that point, and he was like, Hagen, my dear, you must see Nakoi Katsu. It is different from the other two, but it is stunning. And I was like, I will do that, Farad.
He's from Chicago. He doesn't talk like that.
Ha ha ha.
No one talks like that but you. But yeah, so we saw Mikey again, so it's good to see him because we were rooming with him. All of our Canadian friends hadn't seen Sin Wicked in like a dog's age.
Yep. The most striking thing was all the people who were supposed to be there and sort of dropped out near the end, like Film Renegado.
Yeah, I really wanted to meet him in person.
He was supposed to be staying with us.
Running around Mexico being like mad cosplayer. Yeah. Like every time he updates his Facebook, it's like, here's 5 pictures of me in my brand new cosplay. And I'm like, that's pretty epic, actually.
It's like, Renee, you were supposed to be coming.
We had to eat tacos together. Why have you done this?
Yeah, he was supposed to be staying in the same room as him. It was supposed to be us two, Mikey and him. And I'm pretty sure Mikey and him would have had all sorts of, crazy gay sex going on.
I don't think that...
You sell the footage...
Pretty sure Renegado's straight.
I'm pretty sure they both are.
Girlfriend.
I'm pretty sure they both straight.
Yeah, actually, I think Mikey's straight, too.
But, they can...
I mean, like, anyone who's not straight, that's totally awesome.
Yeah, we absolutely hate non-straight people here on Lesbian Talk. But no, I'm saying that they could have filmed all sorts of gay sex and they could have sold it to RedTube and it would have paid for their con experience. And their con experience would have definitely been an experience.
That's certainly true. But yeah, so saw Tom White again. He's an evil genius. He is a genius. I always love hanging out with him. And Leon, I hadn't seen Leon in over a year.
Well, yeah, it was 18 months since MagFest, so most of these people we hadn't seen in fucking ages.
Yeah, well, no, because remember we saw them a little bit after, because we him and Vera. Remember we went to one of the movies with them.
I mean, Mondo Baltimore?
Oh, wait, that was before that, you're right.
Yeah, that was before.
Oh, no, you know what it was? Because I saw Vera a year ago. Because when Leon went out to ConBravo, I went out to hang with them.
Yeah, I didn't. So I'm all like...
Sometimes I, insert you in... I just insert you into situations that I've been in and you haven't. Just be like, remember that happened? You were like, no. I didn't know you then.
This is just your excuse. You know, you come up with something inappropriate to say, and it's like, oh, obviously Zara said that.
Yeah, that's true. But,
also, Zach Lawrence was meant to come.
Yeah, Indie Christian Review.
He probably would... In the Zsa the Turner review I filmed with Linkara, Zach probably would have been playing the part played by Mikey in the finished review.
Oh, and we got to see Vangelis, who I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
He's great crack. He's fun to hang out with.
Yeah. Vangelis is in the review. It's great. Finally
I really want to go into Mad on right near Foil Side, and if that guy's working, he'd be like, psst, Vangelis says hello. And go away.
Internet superstar Vangelis.
Well, no, because he was saying how he knew one guy really into Transformers who lives in Derry, and you knew this guy. And we're like, oh,
Chris McFeely. He does commentaries for Transformers Generation 1 DVDs in the UK.
It's that shop right next to CEX. I'm like, I work near this. He's like, oh, you should be like Vangelis says hello, and then run away.
Yeah, apparently he's commented on Transformers forums that anytime he sees me, he's like, I've seen the person who I think is Hagen.
What if you went into a shop and then he could be mean to you because you're a customer? I'll buy something so we can be paying customers.
He could be mean if he wanted. Apparently he hates his... allegedly, according to Vangelis, he doesn't much care for his customers.
Complain on Facebook.
Basically, because I had this whole thing with him where I was like, oh, Chris McFeely's insulting me. Ooh. And I'm like, I went through third parties on the internet. And, tell Chris McFeely that I have met him before in real life. And now he's a little bit paranoid. He's like, if he sees anyone who thinks is me, he apparently mentions it on the internet just in case.
That's kind of cool. But yeah, so I mean, it was grand.
Well, I would actually love to hang out with Chris McFeely and talk about Transformers Generation 1 and about how I'm right about the greatest Transformer ever being Brawn.
So anyway, ConBravo. So Nash gave the keynote speech, and it was actually really, really good. So I think they're going to post all the stuff from the opening ceremonies on... ConBravo does have a YouTube channel, so subscribe to them. And this was a really, people were tweeting about the speech, and it was very, very good, so...
Yeah, I saw it transcribed in at least one place online.
So, yeah, I mean, Google around, you'll find it. Paul and Elisa were there with the baby, but I actually never got to run into them, which I feel kind of bad about.
I ran into Paul and Elisa very briefly, but I did not see the baby. I sort of ran into the tail end of the first reviewer panel because I was picking up Linkara to come and do our filming.
Come along, no.
Yeah.
Oh, and so Linkara showed during his panel, or one of his panels, a 14-minute preview of his movie, which I think actually then Nash streamed on the 15th anniversary RDA, which was that Monday. But really good.
I think the writing is really sharp.
Script was really tight, and when it comes out, I could not afford to be a part of the Indigo campaign when it was happening because I was saving up for college, but I will definitely buy the DVD.
Oh, me too. I mean, I love getting movies made by people I know. I've got all the Tig ones. I got Nerd Quest. I've got Ashens' movie. I don't yet have a Angry Video Game Nerd movie copy, but I don't actually know James Rolfe, so that's fair enough.
I have all three of the Tig movies, but to be fair, I only bought them after Justin died because I was like, I should probably own these. I feel really bad about it. So, but I saw Suburban Nights before that. So.
Suburban Nights is generally considered the worst of the three.
It was cute enough.
They almost abandoned filming halfway through. Oh. And they lost so many days filming because of terrible weather.
Yeah, who was telling me about that?
Can't remember.
Somebody was telling me about that, but...
And because of that they did stuff about that in the DVD, which
I don't have any copies, digital or otherwise, of Uncanny Valley because I'm still angry about that. Not that I was not involved in it. Oh no, far from it. Because I was involved in it. Because you got Rob Walker wrote you this cameo, and it was a pretty clever cameo, and I've seen that part of it. But we had to film it because you were visiting the States. We filmed it in my parents' basement, and this was right after I moved home, right before I moved, got ready to move over here. So basically, the tripod was on an angle on the basement stairs, and I had to crouch on the basement stairs. And we're not talking a finished basement. We're talking about a gross basement full of spiders and those things with lots of legs. Not millipede centipedes, but the horrible ones. And for like 3.5 hours, and I was like, oh, when I'll go watch RDA, you're like, oh, we have to get all the takes of this and just do the monologue and things and stuff. And then we finally got done in time for the live news, and I was so angry, and I was like, if I ever meet Rob Walker in person, I will have words with him. And you were like, no, honey, he's really nice. I'm like, I don't care.
Rob is really nice, and he's really talented. It's just that he's got an unnatural ability to remember dialogue, and then forgets that everyone else is mortal.
If we could have done a shoot twice that length, I did have to crouch on the goddamn basement stairs. I mean, it's not like he said that we had to film it on the basement stairs, but still.
Yeah, we were trying to get an angle.
It looked good. It did look good. But
it sounded terrible, though.
I had to crouch in the basement stairs.
Because I had a cold while we were filming it.
Oh, you did. I remember that. I remember everything. But yeah, so enough about that.
But the actual how the Uncanny Valley thing happened is a bit weird story in itself. See, during the to boldly flee, there was the villains have these minions who look just like my minions with the black masks and everything.
Copyright, DCMA takedown, claim all that sweet ad revenue.
And so I admitted I was a little bit angry, and so I did a little video of Hagen reacting to this, and I sent it to Rob. Rob was very apologetic. He said that he scripted it as they were going to wear helmets, but Doug, who apparently hadn't seen any minions in our show, it just gave them black masks.
Let's have them wear balaclavas.
And by the time...
We can pretend they're Northern Irish about to bomb something.
And by the time Rob noticed they'd filmed too much, so they were like, oh god. I'm still not sure why they didn't do any sort of hand-wavy reference to me, but it doesn't really matter. But so I sent Rob my copy of this little video that I did, and he thought it was really funny, and so he was going to put it on as an extra feature on the DVD. Then he lost it, or someone lost it. It wasn't on the DVD.
Oh yeah, didn't you ask Ed Glazer about that? And he was like, what?
Yeah, so then Rob apologizing again, and he was like, okay, we'll do something like this for Uncanny Valley, because we're not going to fly you out. And it's like, oh, thank you, Rob, but a vote of confidence. And then he was like, then during Uncanny Valley, he was like, how about instead of an extra feature, we'll give you the epilogue. I'm like, okay, I'm not entirely sure what you want, so will you script it to first draft and I'll just change it? And he's like, okay, here's 1,500 pages where you have like 18 lines at a time. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And that's how it happened. And
I will tell the story to anyone who asks. If you see me at a convention, you ask me, and I will go off about it.
I'm not going off about it. I really think that
it's funny, though.
I think my part is like a terribly damp squib to end the Uncanny Valley on, because it's basically back and forth for 5 minutes, and this is just me reacting to myself performing, but I think I ruin it.
I don't think that you ruin it. And you did that really cool camera trick with the glove.
Yeah, but the point was no one noticed that. I do that as well in Slow Torture Puke Chamber, where I take one shot and I put a piece of one shot into another one to hide a problem.
I think that's... Well, because you explained to me the process, and I was like, that's clever. You're like, oh, I know, right? But so anyway, ConBravo. No, it was really fun. Registration went really easy for us anyway, because we had prepaid. So we went up there like, oh, here you go. Have this.
Here we are, a day early.
They had an app, and at first I wasn't all about this, but I actually think it's a really cool idea because it had all the things. The only thing I would have changed on the app, and I'm going to, if anyone asks, I'll send an email to them saying, you should change this, is that you should have who the presenters are and list it different in like a different order, but whatever. But if you you could read the description of the panel, and if you liked it, there was a little bubble you could click, and that would actually add it to your schedule. And so I added ones that I thought that I would enjoy, and then you could choose to get an alarm 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour before it would send you a notification to your phone saying, oh, by the way, this is happening. And they would send you like random ones. Like I woke up the first morning and like my phone was making that you've got a Facebook message light blink. And I was like, oh, who's messaging me? And it said, hello, beautiful, or something like that. It's a good morning in ConBravo. I liked that. I liked the app, and I thought that was cool.
I like ConBravo. Comparing it to, because the other cons I'd been to in North America were Mondo, Baltimore, and Troma, and they were a completely different type of thing.
Yeah. Well, they were more like film festivals, really.
Yeah. And but comparing this to MagFest, similar levels of fun, but I think ConBravo edges out MagFest.
It's a different vibe, and it's also I mean, don't take this the wrong way. We're not like, like El Cheapios, but like, it's a lot easier to pay for food in Hamilton. And
And there's stuff around.
Yeah.
There's a cinema nearby. There's the used DVD shop, which I came back with over $100 worth of Canadian movies.
Yeah, it's the Sheridan that it takes place at. Has this great aesthetic. It looks like very like late 80s mall, late 80s suburban mall with that kind of like brown and gray kind of brown, and red brick thing going on. But it's literally an huge entire underground mall is attached to the Sheridan via the lobby, with a Starbucks and everything. That's like, oh, it's grand.
Yeah.
There's also a food court, and they did Vietnamese food. So motherfucker, that we ate the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had Vietnamese in over a year.
See, MagFest is a similar type of con, but it's sort of jammed into a high-touch area.
Yeah, and then you have to, like, fight for parking and room with, like, all their high-touch guests, and you kind of get the feeling that even though the hotel is really polite to you because they have to be, they really resent, the drunken Link cosplayers at, like, 3 a.m., where they'd rather cater to, like, Mumsy, Dadsy, and the kids swaddled in furs come to see Frozen on Ice, or Disney's Frozen on Ice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There wasn't that sort of uncomfortable juxtaposition with
you got the
ConBravo.
feeling that the hotel really was glad to have it at the convention center. Was very nice. Convention center is connected by a sky bridge to the Sheridan, so that was nice.
Yeah, and I'm suggesting that we book our place as early as possible for next year.
Yeah. Well, what I want to do next year is what we did is I did have 10 days off from the shop, but we spent we spent one of them getting home, and another one of them was me recuperating. But we spent 3 or 4 of them over at your parents' house because they went on holiday. So what I'd like to do next year is take a few days and maybe stay in Toronto. I want to take you to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Like go to some museums. The Toronto Zoo is great. I was there in high school.
I love zoos.
Yeah. So I'm really totally about going next year.
And hopefully next year I'll be a guest.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
I got all sorts of panels that I do, so I'm not exactly worried about the fact that I wasn't a guest. It was nice of them to put me onto the reviewer panel, the second one.
Yeah. And the thing was that like there was a huge YouTube presence, and like we were at the A&W, and there was a guy in front of us who's like, yeah, I think I want that with fries, yeah. And then a guy that was with like, oh my gosh, are you blah 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 person?
Pro Jared,
whose name that I had heard, but like I don't watch, so I have no idea. And he's like, oh, yes I am. Apparently he's like supremely famous on YouTube. And we were at the Vietnamese place. The guy who was sitting at the table next to us apparently was some famous YouTuber, and I was like, whoa.
Well, him I don't know, but it was really
Twitter's
interesting.
Twitter's always telling me to follow him. That's the only reason I know his name.
It was really interesting. You find out that people know people that are famous. Like we found out that at least like Derek the Bard and Farhad Muhammad were friends with Derek the Black Nerd, Andre the Black Nerd.
Yeah, because like he went out to dinner with us for a while, like for a whole bunch of us, and then there were 2 main tables, and so he was leaving, and I was like, oh, I know you. You were in that one episode of Lindsay's, and he was like, yes, I was. And I was like, no, I think you're awesome. Like anyway, just don't think of. I'm just saying that, but.
I think I sort of said. I think my thing was something along the lines of, "Hello, talented person from the internet, who has no idea who I am." So it's something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Lovely to meet him. I would have liked to have got the chance to sort of talk to him for more than tongue in cheek, talk about how unfamous I am. But
well, I'll go next year. Oh, and the vendor room was really good. It was really big. There was a lot of cool stuff. There were a lot. See, the thing is, I like vendors who are really original.
Yeah.
Like, I got the card of one group because I wanted to get this and I knew it would never survive the plane trip back.
Shrunken Head.
No, that wasn't that. This is gonna sound so silly. They make like cozies, like not knitted, but like those little cross-stitched kind of things. Cozies for Kleenex boxes, both the square ones and the rectangular ones, with like, Pac-Man or Nintendo controller. And I'm like, I need this in my life, but I can't smush this in my luggage, so I took their card. There was people that did stuff in clay. There was a laser etcher, and I bought highball glasses. I bought yours is the Seal of Rassilon. Mine is the Dragon Age dragon on it. Mm-hmm. There was, and we got their card, but I don't know where it is now. There was a guy selling his girlfriend stuff, and she was the artist.
Yeah.
And they did really horror props. Oh my god, they're amazing.
They had these wonderful shrunken heads, and if we weren't flying back, I would have picked one up.
Made of like clay and paper mache, and not like actual.
Yeah, and it's obviously not. It's not real, but honestly, I don't trust airport people with it.
Yeah, they'll be like, sure, it's a shrunken head. It's not grand. You'll be like, oh.
But for that, I ended up getting a bone of some sort which totally has magic spells written on it. Yo.
Well, it's not a real bone. It looks like it's made of polymer clay.
Yeah.
But it looks like a real bone. Like, it's a really good imitation. And I'm
going to use it in one of my reviews. I don't know where, but it's going to turn up.
And I got it's a glass jar, and it has it's like the top is bound with a lead stopper. And it's obviously, because the 3 jars he had were the kind that you get for $1 at Michael's Crafts, because I've had ones like them before. But the one that I picked out is triangular, and it looks like old and aged. And it's got inside a metal shrunken head, hanging by a string from the stopper, and like a faded like name tag on the outside. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god, are that like the bottles that the old man talks to in the one Lovecraft short story, and they have the sailors' souls in them? And he's like, oh my god, you're the first person that got the reference. I was like, ah! So I had to buy one.
Lovecraft nerd.
I was a big Lovecraft nerd. But yes, the dealer's room was nice. There was a lot of anime stuff, a lot of, look, I stitched cool plushies that are anime.
There's a nice collection of anime DVDs and stuff, but I'm like, I want stuff that's not anime. I don't know if you follow my Twitter, you probably noticed that I've been attempting to start a little Twitter sort of movement to get Lloyd Kaufman to go to ConBravo
that would be
next
great.
year.
That would be great.
He's been retweeting stuff, so apparently...
Yeah, but he retweeted anything you involve his name in, really.
I know, but like ConBravo might be all like, could we get the creator of the Toxic Avenger?
That'd be pretty cool. Because he's like a one-man publicity machine.
He is.
He could work it like nobody's business.
And at the very least, they sent him on to Baltimore. They sent a bunch of DVDs to sell, and they sent a print of a film. At the very least, they could send that to ConBravo.
Oh, definitely.
And I'd be happy because I'd be like, throw my booth.
Do.
And I'm gonna hopefully talk to someone involved and be all like, Canada has a really cool sort of film presence.
Yeah, like Astron 6?
Yeah, Astron 6. That would be a classic example.
That'd be great. They could screen Manborg or something.
And I'd be all like, this is just this would be this would be a favor to me, but can you please try to get Paul Donovan?
Who's Paul Donovan?
Director of Siege.
Oh, right, yeah,
Director of Tomcat's Dangerous Desires. Director of DEF CON 4, one with the space suit.
Oh, yeah.
Creator of Lex.
Oh, yeah.
They're off in Halifax. Canada does
they could get in the bus and go on there.
Canada has a good, independent sort of film infrastructure.
Well, you know what I liked? I liked the variety of panels that they had at ConBravo, because there was a Dragon Age panel that we showed up to, albeit half an hour late because I thought the time was a different time. But it was basically everyone just like squealing about Dragon Age.
Yeah, with a couple of cosplayers in the front.
I did see. The thing is, I was gonna go, but then I wanted to go to your panel. Lisa and Rantasmo and a few other people, I think, did one about LGBT representation.
That would have been nice to go to.
Yeah, I know, but it was opposite your panel. I didn't want to leave you.
I should have been all like, stick me on that panel instead of the reviewing one.
You won't. No, because Luke asked me if I was gonna go, and I was like, no, I'm doing my wife. Also, we saw Ant-Man.
Well, I saw it for the second time.
Oh, okay.
Michael Douglas, younger, is witchcraft.
No, but I mean, well, the thing is that, besides MagFest, most of the cons that I've gone to, in fact, I would say 3/4 of the cons that I've gone to, have been Camarilla LARP conventions. So that's a very different vibe. There's room parties every night, drunken debauchery and stuff like that, because the entire rest of the time, you're in costume, you're in character, it's 4 a.m, and there's a kill box, like a combat that's in only in its a third second of the combat, but it's already taken 3 hours because 15 people are involved. It's oh, what's the drama at the con? You don't eat because it's maybe, again, 10 p.m, you pick up a burger from the bar or something like that, and it's just a very different feel. But ConBravo was a lot more laid back. It did have a MagFest feel.
Yeah. Well, my experience, my feeling based on the Grand Masquerade was that it was very straight-laced.
Well, Grand Masquerade was different because it wasn't put on by the Camarilla, aka now the Mind's Eye Theater. It was put on by White Wolf themselves.
Ah.
So that was very different. And also, the year that I went with you, we really didn't game all that much. We only gamed the one time because I promised I'd help narrate. We just basically used that as an excuse to... pretty much
in New Orleans.
Yeah, pretty much. So my best friend said to me, look, are you going to go to Grand Masquerade again this year in New Orleans? I said, I've been thinking about it. And she's like, look, we had so much fun that my mother-in-law, for a wedding present, bought us the hotel room. So we've got a free hotel room at a really great place. Do you want to come? And now I had been planning a summer trip over to see Hagen, and because we were just like dating at the time. And so I said, hey, look, instead of me buying a transatlantic flight to come over, why don't I buy you a transatlantic flight to come here? Because we've basically got a free trip to New Orleans. Plus, like, you know, food and stuff like that. And what did you say?
Something along the lines of hell yes?
Yep.
Because New Orleans was like in the top 5 American cities I wanted to visit.
Do you know what? Kevin Bongiovanni remembered the name of that restaurant. Because we had a...
now he remembers.
Yeah, well, okay. But so, next time I go to New Orleans, this restaurant we went to, this was the year previous, I had this thing called Crab Quartet, which was crab served 4 different ways. Okay, it cost like $20 to eat there, but it was fucking worth it. It was one of the best meals of my adult life.
And when we get there, we will quote James Avery in Turtles by saying, "Tonight we dine on turtle soup."
I did. I had turtle soup and I was it.
But
so yeah, what else? What else did we? Oh, we brought the anime pitch game by Channel A.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the games company, but yeah, I'll put it at the end of the thing. And this was a card game that apparently some folks had played at MagFest a few years ago. My brother-in-law found it at a convention, and we took his copy of it.
QCon in Belfast.
And literally, every day we found an excuse to teach more people how to play.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I don't even like anime.
Basically, like, it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, where everyone has 10 cards, and they have various bits of anime titles in them, like Pretty, Sugar, Robots, Complex, Z, you know, like stuff like that. And so you go around, and each person takes a turn being the director of the channel, and they have 5 suggestion cards. So they look at 2 and they pick 2, like gender bending in Versailles, even though there actually isn't an anime about that. And they say, okay, I want to see, show me shows about that. And then everyone goes around and they make their pitch based off of titles they've created with the cards they have to fit the thing. And sometimes you can really stretch. Mm-hmm. And every person we teach this to, it's just like, oh, and everyone has a different way of playing too.
Yeah, I sort of go meta and stretch it.
You do stretch it a lot.
But it usually works.
Yeah, it's true.
So you have to play to who's being the pitch person as well.
You can, yeah, and also Steve, you're an alien.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was at the Magic Steve. Oh, if you do not follow Magic Steve on either Twitter or on Facebook, you really should, because he was a guest this year and he can literally like make the Mona Lisa out of balloons. Like, okay,
Steve, make the Mona Lisa out of balloons.
He'd be like, okay, that's the noise of balloons. But yeah, so
I want photographic evidence of this, Steve. We know you listen.
But yeah, so everyone played differently, and it's just a lot of fun. So you can get it off Amazon. I know you can from Amazon UK, and I think you can Amazon in
and
the
on their
US.
website.
And on their website, yeah.
In their website, they're actually their version of betaing the sequel to it, which is about 1950s monster movies.
And I know about literally all of our friends would love
you
that.
can download the card packs for that to play yourself.
In beta. Ooh.
Yes, so I'm thinking before we go to AllCon next month, I might print that out and sort of create it.
That's pretty good. But yeah, so there was that, and that was a shit ton of fun. And we went up to like the little executive lounge area, and we were playing that, and like this girl had been sitting with some other folks. She comes and goes, "Oh my gosh, are you playing the anime pitch game?" We're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's the funnest game." We're like, "Whoa!" But so there was that. There was Nash's pub quiz that he ran with Mary Beth, and we were the crack dealers. We did not win.
I want to see your math on that, Matt Nash.
Jesus, I hope no one recorded that and caught your outburst.
Oh, Mikey recorded it.
Balls.
He's done a video already.
Don't challenge the quiz master.
I was being tongue-in-cheek. I was trying to be entertaining. But still, I want to see your math.
It's just, like I said, it's a really great location for a convention. A lot better than the Inner Harbor. Because literally anything you want, you can walk to. And there's that great shopping center, that underground mall right there. And that's really great. And there was this great place called The Works that we went twice. It's just burger place. It's just amazing. Good burgers.
And the pho, I had more pho than Vietnamese
some
people.
Pho, and I got some. I can't even pronounce the other thing I got, but it was great.
And between our hotel we were staying in and the hotel where the con was, there was this lovely DVD random shop, and I got like 20
called
movies.
Cheapies, and they're great. They sell like pop culture stuff. They sell sweets. They sell every kind of used game
They had action figures of
for
John
every
Hurt
system.
getting the
They
chest
had
burster
old
out of his chest in Alien.
VHS games. Yeah, they got it going on. So if you're in Hamilton, check out Cheapies. They probably have social media pages,
Yeah,
but
they sold me the entire second season of Reaper for like $3, which is like £2.
$3 Canadian. And oh, yeah, by the way, if you're coming from the UK,
That's like $1.50.
no, because when I exchanged my money, it was 1.92 Canadian dollars to the British pound. So it was almost 2 to 1.
Yeah. So, but I haven't seen any of Reaper, but it's on my list. So I was like, might as well get it for that cheap. You never know.
And then on the way home to the airport, we went to the Lime Ridge Mall, where I found a Bath and Body Works, and I squeed and dropped like 25 quid's worth of Bath and Body Works products. What? And it was really great because I was so excited, and so Fraud and Hagen were like, well, we will just wait for you outside. And I was like...
We were discussing Danger 5.
Literally, I was frolicking. I was like, ah. I was like, you know that old Simpsons clip of like Homer in Chocolate Land? That was me frolicking in the Bath and Body Works. This girl comes up to me, she goes, "Hi, I'm Jessica. Do you need help today?" And I was like, "No, you don't understand. I'm from America, but I've been in Ireland for a year. There's no Bath and Body Works." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I just want to let you know that all of these scents are back for right now. We're having a sale. These ones are... Do you want a basket?" I was like, "Yes." And so I like filled up with all this stuff, and I came like, "I'm almost on, you guys." And they were like, "But Danger 5, you see." So I just frolicked some more, and then I went up to the register. This girl was like, "Did anyone help you?" I was like, "Yes, Jessica helped me. It was grand."
You see, Omega doesn't much care for the scents in Ireland because they all smell like not flowers, fruit.
Yeah, like in the UK, well, okay, in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland at least, I can't speak for the Republic or Wales. Like, personal products are not concepts. You know, like they're like fresh linen
It's
experience
like
in
coconut
America.
or raspberry.
It's things that you eat.
Yep.
I don't always want to smell like edible things. But yeah, so I got out of there, and I was like, "Look, you guys, I got this, and I got this, and I got this, and this one smells like things, and this is on sale." And they're both just looking at me, and I was like, I mean, we'll never speak of this again.
And we're like, we should get some Popeyes, and we did.
We did get Popeyes.
We got Canadian Popeyes, and we didn't get any, but they were advertising Cajun poutine.
I don't know how that would have gone down.
Well, I really wish I'd tried it, because I don't like much like poutine, but the burger I got there was crap.
Oh, I got like chicken strips and Cajun fries, and I got not only my buttermilk biscuit, but yours, because I was in withdrawal.
Yeah.
All buttermilk biscuits.
And
we went to Walmart, which shouldn't be a thing to be proud of, but I needed to get a few things.
And I was all like, I was enchanted by Canada's amazing variety of chocolate that we don't have.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed.
And, I'm not talking about, like, coffee crisps and all these things that, Canada's like, look at our chocolate bars. And we're like,
Maple Slurpees.
I'm talking about
Maple
this.
Slurpees. That'd be kind of nasty, wouldn't it?
We tried that in the Alpine place in Canada.
No. That was basically where you pour boiling, like, concentrated maple onto ice, then you roll it up on a stick and you eat it like a sucker. Yeah. But no, I meant like a Slurpee, like ice and water, and
it was water and ice as well. That's why I made the connection. But Canada, these motherfuckers, they have types of arrow that we don't have,
and they're pretty good types of arrow too. What types are they?
They have dark chocolate. They have strawberry. They have truffle. And they might have more. That's the only ones I spotted. And they have dairy milks we don't have either. My favorite being cookie dough. I
think the cookie dough tastes kind of weird, though. That's just me.
It did taste weird first when I got them. Then I was like, I can get behind this.
Oh, my God. And I finally got to get diet iced tea again for, like, after a year. And they also had some really cool stuff. Like, they had Lay's dill pickle flavored crisps. But that's the best thing. They have dill pickle flavored Doritos. Now, I haven't opened the bag yet because it's, like, 420 calories. And I've lost, like 13 pounds. No, I've lost 13 pounds so far, so I don't want to... I'm saving them for a rainy day, but oh my God,
just be able to get today.
Pickles, and it's so great. But yes, there were a lot of cosplayers. A lot of great cosplayers.
I got this wonderful little shot of Judge Dredd and Mad Max hanging out.
Hello.
And there was the woman who was dressed up as Bette Midler in Hocus Pocus.
She looked really good. She did.
And Chainmail Deadpool.
Chainmail Deadpool. One guy was Mad Max, and he had the blood thing intertwined in the chain trailing behind him. That was kind of cool.
That was the other Mad Max, because there were the two of them.
Yeah, there was two of
them. That guy, it was good touch with the thing on his face and everything. Although his costume wasn't as good as the other Mad Max.
There was a really good Jack Sparrow who I stood in line behind at Starbucks.
Cool.
Yeah.
And,
I like how you're like, that has no relevance. Cool.
no, cosplayer. It's cool. You showed me a photo, and he was very good.
Yes.
I was just going to point out that there was a very, very dashing Colonel Chestbridge from Danger 5 cosplayer.
There was, and I saw a Diamanda Hagen cosplayer.
Yes, there was. Hello, Trey!
Hello, friend. Hello, cosplayer.
It was so weird, because I met Trey, the cosplayer, the day before, and was all like, I'm going to do a cosplay review, is that okay? And I'm like, oh, wonderful, I can't wait to see it. And the next day I was rushing off to try and find Linkara for the filming, ran into him randomly, in costume, so I was like, rush, oh, there I am. What? Like as though I was passing a mirror or something.
Oh,
I was
right.
like, wait, I'm not in
That's
makeup.
me.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to him then, but I got to talk to him later on. We got some photos taken, and you looked really turned on.
That's me.
When you
all
have
the way.
Me and the other
Totally
the
turned
others.
on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a very good feel for a convention, and I would definitely go back. Like I said, I'm used to like the mad, frenzied 4-day orgasm, exhaustion, drama blowout that's a LARP convention. And the thing is, like, so I brought a at great expense of like 14 quid, Bushmills Irish honey flavor whiskey, and I realized that like most of us don't drink anymore. Because a lot of people are hanging with us, oh, I really don't drink. Oh, yeah, I don't drink. And you don't really drink that much.
Yeah, not often.
Thank God for Dodger. She's like, I'll drink. So I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I got the feeling that a lot of people who we offered whiskey to didn't go to any of the room parties in MagFest. It was just a different crowd.
Or maybe the fact that, like, most of us are just so old now that we're like, oh, I could drink, but that sounds like effort. That's effort to get drunk. And I mean, like, this is coming, from working in Northern Ireland where there's a guy that I work with who, comes in hungover. And he's like, oh, I can't wait to go out tonight. And you're going to come in tomorrow hungover. No, he's not as great, but like, yeah. But yeah, I guess, I'm really used to a totally different convention demographic.
I must convince you to come down to BroCon at some point.
I would love to. The only thing is about work. It's the fact that it was basically the weekend before my break, or my holiday, so I really didn't want to push it.
Yeah.
Plus, I have to
inconvenient
ask off,
timing.
Yeah, for the family barbecue. So
it's even worse for me.
Well, yeah,
because I had to go down. I had the 7 hours to get to BroCon, and then I had to do it again, and then just over a week later, I was doing it again to the ConBravo.
And one thing that it's like it's you don't ever really forget in Ghana that you're not in America because everything is in French as well. But, like, we were sitting in the lobby waiting for someone to arrive so we could all go out and do something. And some locals got in a fight outside. And the police got involved, and hotel employees got involved. At one point, one guy was at his other throat, and he slammed him up against the window. And I was like, whoa. And I thought, oh, we need to back up. And then I realized, oh, wait a second. Statistically speaking, very few people in, like, 1 mile radius have guns. Yeah. It's kind of like being here. It's like, oh my gosh, somebody might stab somebody else or bludgeon them, but, oh, I don't have to be worried. Probably no one's got a gun. Which is nice.
Well, yeah, it's usual.
The Canadian money is nice because the coins are all the same size and same value as American coins.
And they have plastic stuff from the see-through bits.
Yeah, they have the really great plastic banknotes. Oh, those are awesome. I like them. They don't use the penny. I was talking to my coworkers today. She just put Giovanni on my head. I'm just letting you know.
Well, he's going to have to a trivia fact. Or at least tell us his experience of ConBravo.
Yes, he will. But they don't have pennies in Canada. They got rid of them a few years ago, and they round up or down to the nearest 5. And I think that's great. I'd love if America did that. I'd love if the UK did that.
I think they round
Especially
up.
love if the euro did it. I think, no, if it's closer to
I think they round up because...
well, I remember reading an article that said if it's closer down, they round down.
Whenever I was... Because what made me confused about it was I bought some stuff and it came to like something 21. And then they rounded up to 25. And that's why I started asking questions because I was confused.
Oh, you must be right. Especially the euro, because the euro penny is like the size of a ladybug. They are the smallest, piddling, useless euro coins. I hate them. But, yeah, I would definitely go back to ConBravo. I'm looking forward to it next year. The staff was really nice. Everybody was like, hey, how you doing? We've also decided that it is our headcanon that Canadians can't lie.
Well,
if they say something that they believe to be the truth and it is not true, they'll just have like a vague sensation as though someone somewhere is lying. And who else? We saw Katie Marie. Haven't seen her since a few MagFests back.
Yeah.
Always good to see her. I'm trying to I don't want someone to be like, you hung out with me, but I didn't get a mention. And I'll be like, I'm sorry. friend. I love you. Hung out with Zenith Will Rule a good bit.
Yeah,
And
he's turned up in my Josh as a Turner review, which I got all the footage for. I haven't done any voiceover for it. I'm waiting for Linkara's stuff. Basically,
I helped shoot it. Very funny.
Yep. I had hoped to get Jaja and See Me Dance up this month, but with this blip crap, I'm having to download everything. I'm having to upload stuff to YouTube. I'm having to potentially put videos elsewhere. I don't know.
Oh yeah, urgent Lesbian Talk information. So as of last night, because I stayed up to get it done, episodes 1 through 9 and 29 through 89 are now on YouTube.
Are they in a playlist?
They were in a playlist in
right
order, starting with 1 all the way down. The missing 18 episodes in the middle were ones where we had permission to use the music from the music break by the artists, but YouTube's bots were having none of it. And it was being claimed by companies that, in some cases, had very little to do with the actual artist.
I just put it up there and let them have the monetization.
Well, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the episode. I'm going to re-extract it, and I'm going to cut the music break, because I just don't feel like dealing with the bullshit. Because then they could still come back and prevent it from being viewed in certain countries. So that's going to take some time.
So we're going to replace it with John Cage's 433.
No, we're not. It'll just cut directly. So that's going to happen. I'm also going to create a SoundCloud account. So all the MP3s can go up on SoundCloud with a link in the YouTube. So if you can't rip it from YouTube, follow the SoundCloud link. You can download it to your device of choice. Listen to us. Take lesbians with us wherever you go. But from this episode onwards, nothing will be on Blip. It will be gone directly to YouTube. And that will be the embed for Channel Awesome. Okay, continue.
Yeah. I'm basically I'm gonna try and get Jaja done this month. With all this extra crap uploading and stuff, and then I'm gonna have to re-embed stuff, and I'm being told that I should take the opportunity to change, get a proper website and stuff. So I will see. I would hate to not get it up, but it might be necessary.
Well, it's what you do to build your brand. Oh, and you know what it was really inspiring. Hanging around, like, with people who, like, you walk past, oh, that's that person, and they've got 5 squillion YouTube subscribers, and they play video games for a living and stuff like that. And so I was like, you know what, maybe the move from Blip isn't all that bad. And I was like, I was feeling a little bit low for a lot of ConBravo. I felt like, kind of like that feeling of, like, I'm just a child riding an adult body like it's a mech suit. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm a huge imposter. But I guess everyone feels like that, and feeling like, oh, I'm 35, what have I done with my life? That guy's 20 and he makes $1 million on YouTube. Oh, why am I a failure? Okay, not a million, maybe, but you know what I mean.
Oh, what do you call him? PewDiePie makes $7 million a year.
Yeah, but I think he's like the most famous YouTuber ever, though.
He's up at the top.
Yeah. Or like, you were on the panel with this one YouTuber who I don't know who he is, but he's like, yeah, I had to sign an NDA with Microsoft. They like randomly flew me to like this location to do a commercial for Xbox, and so there you go. And I was like, well, that's impressive.
Yeah, the film people, the film ones don't do that. At best, you might get sent. I never got to express this in the panel. At best, they might send you a review copy of a film, but.
Well, you know a lot of indie directors who are like, oh my gosh, Demon Hagen, please review my movie. Here's all of them.
Yeah, indie ones are. I get the feeling the indie ones to a certain extent are like, well, that person's got some viewers. Here you go. And I find your reviews entertaining, so this will be a laugh. But film companies.
We had Sean Weathers on the podcast, and he was good crack.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy, but he liked my videos before he sent me stuff. He was like,
oh yeah, that's true.
That's why he sent it. But we also talked to Stuart Urban, director of Preaching to the Perverted, and
yeah, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that the film directors are bad. What I'm saying is that when it comes to internet reviewers' interactions with filmmakers, it tends to be the film companies don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
While video game companies have seem to recognize on some level that that the internet reviewers are a thing. So they try to buy them off.
Yeah, because it's not just the one kid in your class who has a subscription to Nintendo Power, and you gather around it and like at recess you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to play this game. It's not sitting around on your friend's living room floor, playing the newest SNES game anymore, and it's spreading by word of mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you do a let's play of something, and I mean, I have actually gotten games because I saw Yati and Gabe use them for Let's Drown Out, like some of the indie Steam stuff. I was like, you know what? I enjoyed listening to them talk about bullshit while I watched them play this game. I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah.
And that can be powerful.
I'm just saying that if any film companies want to offer me goodies in exchange for some sort of review, I would like to see
the goodies.
Yeah. I would like to see if if my sense of honor is more important than, receiving a lot of money.
What honor? If we have money, we got it made. Okay, we don't need a lot of money, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but give film reviewers gift stuff too. Trauma are nice, but that's about it.
Pretty much. But yeah, so we should probably wrap up. Final thoughts on the ConBravo extravaganza? When you play this, imagine that I rolled my R, because I can't roll my R.
Extravaganza.
You can't do it either. You roll your own R and then write the show.
Extravaganza.
There you go. I can't make that noise, so.
Well,
that's why I didn't take Spanish in school.
Final thoughts are, they were really nice to the panelists. Like, they were doing all sorts of stuff. It's like the panelists got their own little trained minions. It was great. Nowhere else have I ever had that. And be like, click your fingers like Derek the Bard did, and say, "Bring me food," and then complain that it's not the right food. So that would be interesting. Like, I'm broke on occasionally when I'm like, I've been doing con stuff for like hours and hours and hours, and it's 10 o'clock at night. Could you order me some food and I'll give you the money? And they're like, "Sure."
Bring me Supermax.
And I give them the money.
Like 40 minutes when Supermax shows up.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to go next year. It's a lot of fun.
I would like to. I'd like to have a little Canadian vacation.
I'd quite like to do a Christian exploitation panel or something.
Oh, that'd be great.
Here's End of the Wicked. Wah ha ha.
If I apply for a panel, I'd like to do a What Went Right panel, because there's got to be a certain percentage of the audience that will be too young to have been alive during the 80s. So a lot of these lesser-known kid shows that actually did end up being really beneficial, creative, and educational, they'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "You can find it on Dailymotion or YouTube, because it's nowhere else." It makes it easy. It means that no companies give me copyright claims on What Went Right. Actually, no, one did. Fair enough. It was Jim Henson Company on the Fraggle Rock Magic of the Macrocosm, and that got bot claimed before I even brought it out of private. But that's fine, because the Jim Henson Company are great, and if they want to monetize it, more power to them.
And
I will give you money, Jim Henson Company, because you're awesome.
And Giovanni, what did you think?
I spent the whole fucking time in a suitcase. Except for the one time you threw me on the bed and made a hot butter joke, if I recall correctly.
You're in the review.
Yeah, but have your lobster on their shoulder. Sure, it's grand. It'll be a great prop. Pinch your nose, he said.
Well, you didn't pay for a flight ticket.
I'm a lobster! When have I ever paid for a flight? Think about that.
You have a job.
Anyway, my adoring radio public, I'm gonna go piss off.
He's just jet-lagged.
He didn't do anything.
He'd still be jet-lagged.
He was asleep the whole time.
He was not. He's a plushie. You can't even tell when he's asleep or not.
Exactly.
I can.
Well, so anyway, that has been Lesbian Talk episode 90, our ConBravo extravaganza, and I'll think of a clever name for it when I edit.
And I am trying to set up an interview with Jimmy Screamer Claus. Omega doesn't want to, but it's going to happen.
We can. I don't know. I've got my doubts. He can't get us over the ocean, though.
Yeah, he's in the East Coast of America somewhere.
Yeah.
He might be in Pennsylvania.
I don't care.
I'm
not there.
He might live inside Wawa.
Nobody lives in Wawa. I guarantee it.
I don't know.
If you don't know what Wawa is, Google it. It's worth it. So that's been episode 90, and I have been the Omega. And honey, who do you want to have been this week?
Giovanni.
No, you're not. Pick again.
Giovanni 2.
We'll see you next time.